I was in one of the most luxurious suites in Santorini. The view of the volcano took my breath away. There was even a private pool inside the room, yeah. That kind of crazy luxury. And yes, I started sobbing. Tears were falling silently as the sun was dipping into the Aegean Sea. And on the outside, everybody and everything looked perfect. Everyone kept telling me how amazing my life was. You're living the dream, traveling all over the world with your job. You're so lucky, you have it all. And on paper, I did have it all. I had a thriving career. I was traveling and training people in the most beautiful places in the world. I had an amazing partner, great house, a fit, healthy body. I mean, what could anyone ask for? But inside, I felt completely empty, purposeless. I was disconnected, and I felt completely alone because I just couldn't share this with anyone. I would, come out as such an ungrateful person. It was like I was watching my life from the outside, but I couldn't feel any of it. And really, that terrified me because I didn't know how to fix it. And I knew that I wasn't depressed or something. It was something different. That moment in Santorini changed everything. It was the beginning of my journey towards real joy and coaching. I really was craving to live from inside out, not from what looked good, but from what felt true to me and only me. Hello, my beautiful friend. This is Douka, Master Certified Coach, and today we're diving into a topic that I know every high achiever secretly struggles with, but maybe you're not really aware of it. How to live in joy, episode 14. My dear friend ChatGPT wanted me to share with you the following scientific data that, quite frankly, is mind-blowing. I mean, why this matters. My dear friend, roughly 1 in 14 Europeans is affected by chronic depression. And mental health struggles, especially among women and in high-pressure job environments, are so widespread, and no one is talking about it. Young adults and minorities are particularly at risk. And Europe is facing a massive gap between mental health need and actual access to care. I mean, mental health is a growing crisis. 27% of European Union workers suffer from stress, depression, or anxiety. And it's 84% million Europeans, 1 in 6, experienced a mental health issue. 150 million people in our region, live with a mental health condition, and about only 1 in 3 receive care. My beautiful friend, 16 to 20% of people throughout their lives will experience a major depressive episode. That's 1 out of 4, or persistent depression, often before the age of 30. Now, joy is not a luxury. It's a biochemical necessity. We have the 4 keys of feel-good neurochemicals. We have dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin, which is a great word. Actually, all of them are great. And these 4 feel-good neurochemicals regulate our mood, our energy, our connection, and, drumroll, pain relief. It's impossible with the way that life is going to actually go through it and not find your why. You need to find your keys towards joy. You are a high achiever, and I know that this is so important to you, not to tick the boxes, but to actually live in joy. Now, let's go ahead with the 4 keys, okay, that I will share with you on how to do it. I hope I terrified you enough in order to really think of it carefully. So, key number 1, find our why. It's so important that we find our why, our inner GPS, okay? Even if you felt lost, disconnected, or like you're going through the motions, there's a very good chance your inner GPS isn't activated, okay? We all need a why, a reason that pulls us out of bed with excitement, not being dragged out of the bed. We all need a why, a deep sense of purpose that guides our decisions, our energy, and our direction. Because without it, life just takes us anywhere, and anyone else's needs come in front of our needs, okay? We drift. We start having the comparasitis, as I say. We compare ourselves. We burn out. But once you find your why becomes your anchor. Your why becomes your compass and your power. Now, science backs this up so heavily. And a study in 2016 published in the Review of General Psychology found that having a sense of purpose is linked to increased lifespan, okay, better physical health, and lower levels of depression and anxiety. And as we said, the 4 keys, to feel better are linked with this. And according to the Lancet Psychiatry, people with a strong sense of purpose have better resilience, strength, and they're not as stressed, and they have more satisfying relationships. And one really incredible long-term study by the University of Michigan showed that people who reported a strong life purpose are 2.5 times less likely to die over the next decade compared to those who said they had no direction. And I mean, it really does make sense. But in other words, purpose doesn't just inspire us, okay? It keeps us alive. Literally, it protects us. Now, let's ask ourselves, this is an exercise. And this is an exercise that I do very often because, things change in life. If you had all the money, time, and freedom in the world, okay, everything, you had everything, what would you dedicate your life to? I want to invite you to close your eyes and really think about it. When do you feel most alive, most useful? Where do you feel most you? You have all the resources, okay? So resource is not a problem. Now, write this down. When do you feel, what would you do if you had everything? Say it out loud, let it evolve, okay? And develop it. Your why doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing it has to be is yours. Awesome. Let's go to key number 2. Create fulfilling relationships. Now, my beautiful friend, our relationships shape the quality of our lives more than anything else. We were never meant to do this life alone, okay? And yet so many high achievers, so many of us spend our days surrounded by people, but feeling emotionally alone. I used to believe that success was something that I had to earn alone, but let me tell you something that science confirms over and over again. The number 1 predictor of long-term happiness, health, and even success is the quality of our relationships, okay? Now, the Harvard study of adult development, which followed people for over 85 years, found that good relationships keep us happier, healthier, and help us live longer. It's not wealth, it's not fame, it's love, connection, and belonging. And especially women, for women, it's the number 1 psychological need. Create meaningful relationships. World Health Organization says that loneliness increases the risk of premature death by 26%, and it's dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And Gallup in 2020 revealed that people who have at least one fulfilling relationship are 2 times more likely to report being thriving in life. I mean, how cool is that? Now, let's do a relationship audit. This is the exercise I want to share with you. I want to invite you to grab your journal and write down the 10 people you spend the most time with, okay? In person, on the phone, at work, I don't know, your housekeeper, or even online, whatever. Next to each name, give the relationship a fulfilling rate from 1 to 5. 1 drains me, 3 neutral, 5 uplifts me deeply. Now, look at your list. What do you see? Where are you spending your energy? Are you spending it where your heart is fed? My beautiful friend, you're not obliged to keep relationships that make you shrink. Okay? You're allowed to protect your energy, seek emotionally, safely, seek relationships that make you feel safe, and also build your tribe so intentionally. Okay, let's go to key number 3, which is gratitude. It's one of the most underestimated superpowers for joy, and it's one of the easiest, to be honest, because gratitude, it's not just a feel-good idea. It's actually a brain rewiring tool. When you consciously focus on what's working, what's beautiful, what you're thankful for, you literally shift your brain's chemistry and your emotional state. You stop living in survival mode. You start living in great appreciation, okay? This isn't just spiritual woo-woo. It's neuroscience. Now, Professor of Psychology at UC Davis, Dr. Emmons, he said that those who practice gratitude report 25% more happiness, better sleep, and have lower cortisol levels. I mean, do you want to have 25% more happiness? Gratitude directly activates the hypothalamus, okay? The hypothalamus regulates our stress. And also gratitude directly activates the ventral tegmental area. It's the brain's reward circuits, the way that the brain is telling us where to focus on. This makes us more resilient and joyful over time. What I do and what all my one-on-one clients do, and in Global Academy of Coaching, we keep, discussing about this exercise. It's the nighttime reset, okay? It's just 2 minutes, and it can literally transform your life. And it's beautiful to do it with your children. When I put Joy to bed, I ask her, okay, what are we grateful for? 10 things that we're grateful for tonight, for this day. What went great? What happened? So speak these 10 things out loud, okay? And say them slowly and let them sink in. And it doesn't have to be something huge. It can even be, because the sun came out. I mean, yeah. So what's going on with this? Why do I invite you to do it before you sleep? Because your RAS, we have discussed about it a lot in the podcast, your reticular activating system, your brain's internal filter, takes instructions from what you repeat and focus on, okay? When you end your day with gratitude, your RAS will search for more evidence to support those feelings, even while you sleep. This is how you reprogram your brain for abundance, for joy, and for presence. Now, my beautiful friend, when you train your mind to look for blessings, you stop chasing happiness. You realize you're already living it. And the last but not least, one of my favorite keys is key number 4, fail forward. I will do a whole podcast on this, but it's so important that we understand this. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the only path towards success. I mean, every single person we admire, every best-selling author, Olympic athlete, iconic entrepreneur, has failed so much more than they have succeeded. What is the difference is that they kept going. They failed forward, as I say. Why it matters scientifically. A study published in Nature in 2021 found that individuals who embrace failure as a learning opportunity develop greater resilience, adaptability, and long-term success, okay? Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, is activated when we make mistakes and reflect on them. This means every failure is literally sculpting our brain for growth. So I'm gonna share with you an exercise that it's gonna, you're gonna say, well, why are you sharing this? Why should we do this? And bear with me, okay? For each week, aim for at least 5 failures. I mean, send 5 business ideas, or do 5 calls that fail on purpose. Try new things. Take a hobby like you suck. I'm doing triathlon. I've told you I'm one of the last in my team. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Send a bold email. Ask an uncomfortable question. At the end of the day, write down your 5 failures, and next to each one, write what you learned. Then this way we begin to normalize failure. It's so important. When we do, we're stop being afraid of not succeeding. I mean, we cannot succeed unless we fail, because our self-worth won't be tied to perfection. It will be rooted in growth. Okay, so let me know in the comments, what is the one micro lifestyle change you're committing in order to bring more joy in your life after today's episode? Did something shift for you? If yes, please share this with a friend who needs it. Write in the comments. It means the world to me to hear what resonated with you, what helped, what made a difference. I read every single message, okay? You are the reason I do this. And my beautiful friend, if you feel inspired, I've been so grateful for a 5-star review for the Global Academy of Coaching podcast. It helps more amazing souls discover us. The more love we receive, the more visibly we can get, and the more lives we can touch. And a little reminder, our Create Your Life with Jill retreat is almost sold out. If you want to create a life plan that aligns with your highest self, bring more joy into your life, this is the place to be. Email us at info@globalacademyofcoaching.com, info@globalacademyofcoaching.com to receive the full details. Until then, my beautiful friend, keep thriving.